victory. Because despite what I went through, you see, I won. I didn't lose. You see, my pain, it didn't break me. It made me. You see, I realized.
I think it's time to wake it up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Emotions. This happens a lot. Like, I'm kind of telling on myself, I guess. So, like, the other day, I was laying in the bed and I told my husband, like, oh, you ain't showing me love all day. So I told him that, and he's like, oh, I'm doing something. Like, I'm busy right now. I'm doing something. I got pissed off because he didn't give me love right there when I wanted it. And that became my truth. You don't love me. That wasn't the truth. Just because I felt in my heart in that moment because he didn't give me love when I wanted it, did not mean that was the truth. So we have to check our emotions, and it has to line up with the person's action, with the history of what they do on a daily basis, not in that moment. Like, we have to remember, we have to remove ourselves out of the situation, remove our emotions, and we have to see the situation for what it really is and not what we feel. And just 3 things that I wanted to say. Number 1, when you start feeling some type of way, whether that's about somebody that you love, a friend, a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance, I want you to test how you feel in that moment against what they have done consistently within the relationship. Number 2, make sure that your emotion is not from a selfish root. It's not rooted in selfishness. Because remember, love is not selfish, it's selfless. So make sure that the emotion that you have towards that other person doesn't come from a selfish or self-centered thing. Like, oh, he hurt me. I'm feeling this way. I'm not going to like him because of what he did to me. That's selfish. Number three, do not let those things bottle in. Do not let them sit in your mind. You have to challenge those thoughts and those emotions right away. You cannot let them sit in your mind. And you have to know what God's word says. You got to know what the truth is. I keep saying that. Like in the word, it says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I didn't understand like how that was relative to my life until recently when it came to my relationship. Like, what is the truth? Stick to the truth. Don't start believing lies now. Like, you have to know the truth, and you have to stick to the truth. And those are my little bit of like my pointers, I guess, for like preventing problems and letting hurt and pain harbor, because then after you let all that emotional stuff sit in you, it becomes resentment, it becomes anger, it becomes frustration, and then when the person comes around, you can't look at that person the same anymore. So yeah, thank you, and till next time, to our women, check your emotions, have your emotions in check, and to our men, understand that women are wired emotionally, and you have to understand that, and you have to help a person through that, because you don't just learn overnight how to deal with your emotion and not be emotionally driven. You have to learn that over time, how to deal with that. So yeah, women and men, like whenever a thought comes into your mind, test it against the truth, against consistency, against history, and against what God's word says at the same time.
Wake up and get your coffee.